This episode is brought to you by Scale Production and thescalemodeler.com. Hey guys, back again with another video on the golf build. Last episode I painted all the parts in their main color, and this episode I am going to detail all these parts with some extra colors like black, silver, and some red in between as well. I cut out a lot of the footage because it got boring really quick. So I just took out some highlights and sped up some bits just to keep it from getting too long, and you can still see what I'm doing, so I think I'm gonna get the point across and show you enough details on what took place. The paint used for these details is all from Vallejo or Vallejo. I still don't know which is the correct pronunciation, but I think you get the point. It's just some black, some red, some silver, nothing really fancy and nothing really particular, just what I thought would be correct for these parts and would correspond to the letters in the instruction. Now what I did, in every instruction manual there is a list of paints you will need for this build, and there is a letter. In some of the Tamiya ones it has X13 or something. That corresponds to a Tamiya bottle of paint, but it also says which color it is. And in the Revell ones it's mostly just one letter, and in this case, for instance, the black was labeled as B. So I took out some masking tape, wrote down a B on it and put that on a bottle of black paint. So when I went through the instruction manual to see which colors I needed, I could just see that part needed to be B, and I just looked to all the paints I had lined up and saw that that needed to be black. I did that with every color and it worked really well. For the radiator grill I used a technique called dry brushing. Basically what you do is you put some paint on your brush and then remove most of the paint onto a cotton wipe or some toilet paper, whatever you use to clean your brushes out or dry them off. And then what it leaves behind is a sort of highlight or scratch on the highest parts. So that's something you could use to weather it a bit or make it look a bit older or give it another look, a bit more depth in it or something like that. Now on the grill there was a red stripe. The kit came supplied with decals, but personally I don't really like using decals that small and that thin. So what I did is I painted it in silver first and then later on went over it with some red. Now what the silver does is it makes a brighter base for the red, so that the red covers quicker. If I would have painted the red straight over the black parts, it would be a really dark red, and I would have to paint it about 4 or 5 times over until it had the satisfying tone I wish it had the first time. So instead of doing it 5 times, it ended up being good in 3 coats. I applied 1 coat of silver and 2 coats of red. For the wheels, I applied pretty much the same method. I wanted to give the wheels a bit of a special look by painting a red stripe on the edge of the rim. So I painted the silver parts first and then 2 coats of red on top. And I'm basically doing this with spinning the wheel and keeping the brush in place, which makes for a really fine and precise line around the wheel. The interior did not really need that much attention, as I wanted to take a sort of full-on leather look. All the parts were painted in a brownish earth tone color, and I really like that kind of style on cars. Full one-tone interior with a couple of highlighted details, and in this case some silver window winders and just a door pull in some silver as well. Even though I just mentioned that I'm a big fan of a full one-tone interior, there is a fine line between too much and not enough. And in this case, if I did not add some silver and black details to the dashboard and the doors, it would be too much in my opinion. So I added the silver window winders and door pull, as you've previously seen me do just a couple of seconds ago. And now on the dashboard, I'm going to paint the radio and some other vents and stuff black, and later on I will add the decals supplied by the kit and paint the knobs in silver. Another thing to break up the one-tone interior is to add a completely different color flocking or carpet into your car, and I decided to go with a black gray carpet, as I think that really looks good in combination with the earth tone interior. The parts on the dashboard I just painted black have now had enough time to dry up, and it was time to add some decals. Now, just to finish this video off, I decided to paint the headliner in black. There is also a full headliner in the kit, but that is painted in the tan interior color I used for the seats and all the other parts. and I wanted to get some more contrast with some more black. So the parts that would still be visible outside of the headliner are black. And another reason I did this is because from outside, pretty much every inch or centimeter of the inside of the interior is visible, and especially on around the windows, if everything is painted in body color and the body color is a brighter color, not being black, there is a big fat line between the window and the headliner. And just to give you a bit of a better idea of what I mean, I've added a couple of pictures in right here. Just to be clear, this is just an image I found on Google, not trying to offend anybody. This is just a tip I would give to you if you're planning on building this kit. And that's it. Make sure to check out Scale Production. They have an awesome Facebook page which is updated frequently, and a fantastic website selling loads of cool stuff for the automotive scale modeler. Also check out scalemodeler.com. We are Zero Paint, Scale Production, and C1 Models official dealers. And of course, check us out on Facebook to keep updated on my current projects and some in-between stuff. Questions or suggestions, shoot us an email. And of course, as always, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys next time.